Okay, so we are live. It was the fastest ever. I just get a drink. We're doing Operation White Box crossover to First Edition Dungeons and Dragons. Operation White Box is a World War II RPG, and these characters are semi-AWOL World War II soldiers in the African continent. They have discovered some information that may lead to some kind of buried treasure that you read about in the pulps, if you will. And they track some German soldiers into a large pyramid and have worked their way in a bit. While some of the squad is in the pyramid, one soldier, Joe, had come back out to check in with the lieutenant and discovered that two more soldiers from their squad had kind of been following the Germans as well. So they kind of got together to go back in and look for the rest of the group. Falling through kind of some weird processes, and they have now worked their way through a small maze and up through a room and have discovered a room that is the site of what must have been some kind of a battle. You know, there's bullet holes in the walls, and most regrettably, the bones, though not the flesh, of their former man-at-arms, Lightning, and kind of shrewd across in the corner. You do see some blood and stuff. You don't see the other two people from your group, but I'll just give you a layout of what this room looks like, and then we'll go through an intro of the characters. So this is a 40-foot. No, the wrong one. This is a octagonal room, 30 feet across. There's a wooden plank door in the center of the north, south, east, and west walls. You entered through the east wall. So there's basically got four doors, one of which you came through. You can see, like I said, you see the signs of a battle. You see some kind of rotten black cloaks kind of strewn about, three of them. You see the remnants of your fellow soldier, and all the doors were closed when you walked in the room, so you had to open a door to get in here. So you're not sure where your fellow soldiers went. They didn't seem to leave any indication as to which way they've gone. So you do have four exits to choose from, or three, unless you want to go back the way you came. So I'm going to start left to right, and we can intro the characters in. I'll start with Crystal.
I'm going to be playing Joseph Edwards. He's a grunt from the south. Talks in a thick Southern accent usually, and he's kind of confused as to what's going on, trying to find his friends after going through all those weird portals and everything. So. Somehow they've found their way up to here at least. But he's really worried about Lightning because, Lightning's like his best friend. He can't wait to see Lightning again.
Yeah, you definitely see that Lightning's uniform is on the ground, and there's bones in it. So that's a little bit weird. It's pretty inexplicable, but it is a little bit weird. So, Rush, let's hear about your character.
Sorry, I was coughing. So I'm going to be playing Jack Oldner, who is a corporal, United States Army. Just kind of your average Joe, average GI Joe. But one of the things about Jack, after being, as people got to know him, being brought into this special operations group or whatever, is Jack always carries with him like a sketchbook that he keeps in his either in his pack or his pocket. Jack was working as an artist before the war broke out, and he likes to sit down and sketch out, anytime there's breaks or whatever, he likes to do sketches of his fellow soldiers, the things that they've seen, or just, sketches of them sitting there drinking a coffee or eating their rations or whatever. But aside from that, he doesn't really stand out too much. Kind of a young guy, and that's pretty much Jack. He's a grunt.
Nice. Okay, and finally, Tony.
Yeah, standing there looking at all this is a white male that stands about 6'1", athletic build, muscle. Has sergeant stripes on his uniform. He always looks like a sour look on his face as he's just standing there looking at all this, and he looks over towards the one named Joe, and he goes, "I don't know what happened to this one. Looks like he that one of them ratsies take him out before we could find him."
Nah, no way this is lightning. It must be some kind of weird stuff going on. I told you they fuck with my feet somehow, so I'm sure this is something else. Well, I at least better take his, at least better take this grenade of his. And does he have his dog tags on as well?
No, they actually took all that stuff. You just see his uniform.
Okay, so they've already took his stuff.
Yeah, they look like his helmet, we'll say, and like his BDUs, but they took his webbing and his ammo and the grenades. Yeah.
Maybe he, someone found some magic armor. The lieutenant out there, you saw the lieutenant wearing it. He had that chain on, and it was like, well, I mean, I call it magic because like that stuff blocks bullets, and that stuff ain't supposed to be blocking bullets.
The sergeant looks at you like you're absolutely, completely crazy, and he goes, "You keep talking like that, I'm going to have to write you up for stuff like that. That's a bunch of bull crap, man. Ain't no such thing as magic. It's in books."
Well, man,
I am
being written up at this point.
I am playing Sergeant Randy Strindberg, known as Macho Man, the tactician.
Nice. If you want, guys, if you could put your info in the chat so I can make a screenshot of it so I have it send everybody's name and everything. Yeah, your name and I guess your AC if you want, at least what you are. So you're basically faced with, I mean, where you came from, just to give you like a little back, you kind of came up this from this domed room, and there was several corridors running off of it. You made basically your first left, walked down a little bit, and you came through a door, and that's how you got here. So you could backtrack, or you could move forward through any of the other three doors. At this point, you're probably that. Well, I don't know how much Joe would have told you, but probably the lieutenant told you that you're trying to recover the other soldiers, but also the Germans that are in here, and obviously loot. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, like I said, we found some silver coins and stuff. So I'm sure there's some more gems and stuff. Those other guys are after right now. I say we just keep on moving over to the west over there and see where that takes us.
Okay, is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna go west. Okay. Perfecto. Okay, so to the west. It's a regular plank door. You're able to open it up pretty simply. When you open it up, you're basically looking into a hallway. It goes to the left and right, or north-south, as it would be. To the north, about 10 feet or so, is a door. No, that's not a door, sorry. Directly in front of you is a door. Looks like this is a terrible map. Let me read the description of the room. Sorry, I printed this out with low ink. Let's see. Maybe something. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. It's not a door. 10 foot wide, 20 foot long room. There's sarcophagus at the north and the south. Those aren't doors. They're sarcophagus. They're both facing the center of the room. Their features seem dark and terrible. And two wooden doors face each other. Okay, so basically when you open up into this room, you look to your left, you see a sarcophagus facing you. You look to the right, you see a sarcophagus. Directly in front of you is another door. Another wooden plank door. What would you like to do?
Is anyone keeping up with the map?
Not that I
Now,
know.
this is the dangerous part for us. So, is anyone drawing the map currently?
No.
All right, I'm gonna try and draw it. I'm just gonna draw it on my pad here. So we started off in like an octagon.
Yep.
It's like 30 by 30.
That's right, 30 by 30 octagon. And then you went west.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of make a circle.
Yeah. And then you went west, and well, that room had 4 doors. So if you want to note that, at one in each cardinal direction. And then you went west, and now you're in a space that's 10 foot wide, 30 feet long, basically. At each end is a sarcophagus. Directly in front of you, another door.
Okay. 10 foot wide, 30 feet long. Got it.
I appreciate you doing that too. I normally don't mind doing the maps, but I'm not feeling very well. So,
All right, and there's a door right in front of me. I can't promise this is going to be perfect, but I'm just gonna,
perfect. It's got to be readable.
Okay.
let's go check out those sarcophagi. You know, those rich people are buried in those things, ain't they?
You better take your bayonet and pry up under that thing.
I don't want to break my bayonet.
Want to go up that zombie and see what you can do then.
Oh, break the way it is.
I thought you didn't believe in magic. What happened?
You would know zombie is the low end of the soldiers' term slang for the low end of the lowest soldier.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to get lightning back. You just ain't not. I'm going to go over to the north sarcophagus.
Okay.
Joe is, and I'm going to pop the top of it, just hit it with the butt of my rifle.
Okay, it's standing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's almost like a closet, if you will, in front of you. There's like you could open it if you want like that. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll try and pop the side of it or something.
Yeah, pull it open.
Joe will attempt to open it.
Okay. Yeah. So you go up to the northern sarcophagus, and it's black. You realize when you get up to it that it's wooden. And you can see that there's it's a hinge on one side. So you whatever sling your rifle, whatever, you grab the side of it and pull it open. And when you do, a skeleton collapses at your feet. A lot of dust kind of comes up. It may have had some kind of clothes on. It's hard to say. But at this point, it's all dust. Kind of maybe cough a little bit, and you kind of look in there. Otherwise, it looks a little empty. It looks empty now. No skeleton now.
Oh, that's dustier than my grandma's attic, I tell you what.
Why don't you dig around in that thing and see if there's anything else in there?
I'm getting it. And Joe's gonna look around the casket, see if he sees anything valuable.
Okay. Yeah. So it's an easy look, inside because you can see it. So basically, look down on the ground where the bones are. Maybe you just kind of shuffle with the rifle butt or whatever, the bayonet. When you do, the skull kind of turns over, and the mouth opens up, and a bunch of kind of beetles kind of pour out. Maybe not that many, maybe 20, which is a lot of beetles, but not the room full of beetles. And they come rushing out and they run into the room past you. But otherwise, there's nothing in of value besides the bones. If you think bones of value.
Are they like big beetles or are they like roaches?
They're like roaches, like big roaches.
Okay, all right. Ugh, just a bunch of bugs and this and.
Yeah, they just kind of scurry past you guys.
Yeah, I kind of kick them away, just like Jesus.
Oh, you kick them.
Well, if they come near me, I'll try and be like like that.
Okay, you kick them. Okay.
All right. Well,
I got really nervous there for a minute.
Joe's undeterred. He's going to go to the other the other sarcophagus. Surely that one will hold something valuable. This must have been like the servant of the rich guy. You know how those rich people like being buried with their servants and all.
Okay. Yeah, you walk down again. It looks virtually identical. And when you pull it open, you actually see that there's no skeleton. You pull it open, you see that there's actually a passage through it. It's basically like a door. Like there's a door through the back of it, an opening.
Oh, we got us one of them. Well, another one of them hidden passages back here.
Well, don't just act like y'all swacked out, walk on in there. Maybe you better check it, make sure they don't have it booby trapped. You know, them ratsies, they do all kind of stuff like that.
I mean, I don't see nothing obvious. I mean, if it had been a trap, you think it had triggered and I opened it, right?
I'll take a gander to see if I can see any kind of.
Come on up here, egghead. See what you can do.
Okay. Yeah, take a peek. You can roll d6.
I got a 5.
Okay. Yeah, so you come up with your flashlight, whatever, and you're kind of looking. It just looks like basically there was an opening in the wall, and they pushed this sarcophagus against it. You kind of like peer in a little bit, and kind of stick your head in further so you can see if there's any trap or any kind of other thing going on. And you don't see anything. There's no tripwires, nothing like that. There's a small room back there that's about 10 by 20. It branches out. It basically goes to the west. It looks like it probably was some kind of store, although it's all rotted by now. And you do see like heaps where it looks like maybe there was some like grains or that kind of stuff stored. You see some like containers that may have had some kind of some kind of liquid wine or milk or whatever, that kind of stuff stored. Like but they look like they're all kind of gone to rot, and nothing seems particularly in one piece. It looks like basically junk.
This stuff's been there for a while, hasn't it?
Are there any anything like sconces or any kind of writing or anything like that on the walls?
No, it's completely plain.
Okay. Well, it seems kind of odd for them to hide nothing back here. All right, well, I guess we can continue on through that other door. I mean, with your permission and all, Sergeant.
Well, that's the only way we can go.
Well, no, we got like 2 other ways we could go if we went back.
You just keep going that way, though.
All right. Joe will go over to the door, the west door, in the small room, in the small hallway, and he'll open it up.
Cool. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Easy enough. Okay, so you open it up and you are looking, you look left and right. You're looking into basically a hallway. It runs to the south about 30 feet, and then it turns back to the east. Or it runs to the north about 20 feet and becomes a T-section.
Okay.
More directly in front of you, though, is a door. There's another door. So basically, you can keep going straight.
Okay, I've already messed up this map somehow. So it runs north.
Yeah, it runs north about 20 feet from where the door is, so 30 if you include the square with the door.
Okay.
And then it runs south 30 feet or 40 if you can include the door.
Okay.
North-south.
Yeah, somehow I've already messed up this map.
Yeah.
And are there any doors?
Yeah, there's a door directly across from you.
Okay.
Let's see. This seems to have a description, even though it's a hallway.
Okay. I don't know how I messed this up, but I did somehow already.
That's weird.
You said that secret room was 10 by 20, and it ran to the west, right?
No, it ran north-south.
Oh, okay. That's where I messed up then.
Yeah, so basically you got a hallway. You can go north, you can go south, you can go or directly west through another door.
I don't have an eraser. This sucks. Well, I mean, we just found the secret in the other place. So Joe, I mean, he's not the smartest guy, but he figures, if there was a secret back there, maybe there's another secret in here. So he'll go north first.
Okay.
And, maybe just try and see if there's any kind of, he wants to mostly become obvious, like a sconce or like a panel or something, a brick out of place.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to go north. So you go north 20 feet, and you're actually there's a door directly in front of you. And you could go. It's a T section basically. So you go north. You can go east. You can go west. There's a door directly in front of you. You can go north. If you went back east, like this, you can see about 30 feet with the flashlights. You can just see that if you went back east, that it looks like the corridor ends and there's a door on the south wall. And if you went west, it looks like it goes about 30 feet and then it turns to the north. Or, as noted, there's a door directly in front of you.
Okay, it goes east about 30 feet and there's a door
On the southern wall, yeah.
Okay, and then it goes west
about 30 feet, and then that turns to the north. And actually, there's a door there as well. So you're looking at, the T-section corridor. It's about 70 feet long total, basically. The square you're in, then it goes 30 feet, right? If you go east, there's a door at the end on the south. If you go west, there's a door at the end on the west wall, but it also turns to the north. And directly where you're standing, there's a door to the north.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of options there.
All right. Everybody needs to take a look around and see if we see any ratsies foot tracks going through any of these corridors.
Well, I'm thinking if we go west, we're just going to end up in that octagon room again. That's what it feels like.
Strindberg's going to start looking to see if there's any stirred up dust, and looks like there's going to been any foot traffic in any of them.
Okay, sure. Yeah, roll a 6.
6.
I mean, you do see, like, it looks like that there's like traffic here, but it's hard to say whether or not it was, because you knew that your former your other squad members are here. You can't tell if they're like their footprints or if they're footprints of the Nazis or possibly the other occupants of this place, because you guys have encountered other occupants. So, but there's Did you say there's like one of them that does stand out more, or they're all? No, they all kind of look the same.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to really say. You can tell there's been a lot of traffic here, but you can't tell who or where or like what direction they went in. But it's fairly obvious that this is a well-trafficked area.
I think we need to go to that west and look around that corner, make sure nothing's going to try to sneak up on us.
Good news! I found a pencil.
Yeah, you want to walk to the west and take a look? Okay, yeah. So you walk to the west, and again, there's a door directly in front of you. It's on that side. When you look up that northern corridor, you peek up there with your flashlight or whatever. You can see that it runs up about. I'm giving you it goes about 60 feet. You can barely see at the end of it. Your flashlight only goes so far. Looks like there's a statue at the very end of it, but it's kind of hard to make out. You just see like a glint off of it.
Keep on moving up there, boy. Let's get up there and check that out.
All right.
Okay. So you head north?
Yeah, Joe's going to head north.
Okay. All right, so you're going north. You enter an intersection, 10-foot wide, arched hallways to the north. Hold on. I don't know how they expect you to. Okay. You enter an intersection of 10-foot wide arched hallways. To the north, there's a 10-foot deep alcove with a carved statue in it. The statue is a man with the head of a gull. And it's what you saw glinting when you were looking at there. The statue is actually looks like it's gold, like plated, basically not plated, but gold. It's covered with gold, painted gold, I guess you call it. But it's mostly chipped off at this point. So I'm not sure how valuable that would be, but there's definitely some gold on it. Let's see. To the east, there's a wooden door. It's about 10 feet away. And then the corridor runs south into the darkness, which is actually the way you came from. So basically, you're kind of at almost like a T section. You're facing north. Directly in front of you is the statue of the man with the gull's head. It looks like it was painted gold, but a lot of the gold is peeled off. At this point, when you look to your right, which would be the east, go down about 10 feet. There's a door. When you look to the west, the corridor basically just goes a few more feet and then ends. So it's a T, but it's kind of a weird T. And then, of course, if you turn around and go south, you've got to go all the way back to where you just were.
You said it's a gull's head?
A gull, like a bird.
Like a seagull.
Exactly.
And you said it goes to the west about 10 feet and ends?
And then there's a door. Yeah, to the west, it goes about 10 feet, then it ends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Randy's going to go up to the statue and take his bayonet and try to flake some of that gold off and look at it.
Yeah, you're able to do it. You find a piece that's already partially peeled, and you kind of flick it off, and yeah, it looks like gold. If you.
Is the statue posed weird or anything?
I mean, not weird for a gold head man.
I'm gonna chip some. If I think there's enough that's valuable, I'll chip enough off to take with me.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll like a D10. So that's how many dollars worth of gold.
Let's see.
So it is actual gold flake.
Oh yeah, cool.
Gold paint.
So $20 worth.
Yeah, $20 worth. You're able to kind of scrape off a few big pieces, that are loose enough. Yeah, but it's actual gold. It's the word sticks in my mind now. It's painted with actual gold.
There have been times where we've messed with statues to get secret doors to open in this place, right?
You have actually moved statues to get secret doors open.
Okay, so Joe wants to mess with the statue, try and turn it, or maybe pull at its beak, stuff like that. See if he can get it to move or anything.
Okay, you can do that. Yeah, I mean, you mess with it for a little bit. It doesn't seem, maybe while the sergeant is chipping away, it doesn't seem like it's going to move, and the arms and stuff are kind of part of it. Doesn't articulate at all.
While he's doing that, I want to go down that 10-foot corridor, which you said looks like it dead ends, and kind of inspect it while Joe's doing the statue.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird that it ends like that. But there's nothing on the wall or anything. There's no markings.
Some weird ratsy engineer did this, I guess.
Did we search the end of this hallway?
What's that?
Did we search the end of this hallway yet?
You're at the end right now. Yeah, the only thing you haven't really searched is there's a door to the east.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's a door we haven't searched.
Yeah, the statue didn't seem to bring anything up, nor did the dead end. They seem to just basically be. Yeah, well, the statue got money, so.
There's some doors behind us we haven't cleared. Should we go back and clear those first, Sergeant, or should we continue on?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Why don't we go back to that T intersection and let's clear out the rest of them first? That's what I think too.
Okay.
What do you think, Jack?
I think that sounds good as long as we stay together.
Okay, so we're gonna go south,
Okay.
west, and then south again to where the two doors are next to each other, and we're gonna go through the west door.
You're gonna go south and you're gonna go east and then south again. Yeah. You
Yeah.
want to go back to okay.
Did I say west? I mean,
Yeah, I was making sure, but that's where you're going.
yeah. Sorry. Here, I'm gonna
Go back to where the sarcophagus, the first intersect the sarcophagus. That makes sense.
and we'll go to into that west door.
Okay. I'm gonna go my pencil. There it is. Okay, yeah. So you go back down and all's quiet. You make it back to that kind of where you had left the room with the sarcophagus, and there's that door to the west that you hadn't explored, and you're just gonna open up. It's just another wooden door, basically.
Wait, there was another sarcophagus in this hall?
No, I'm saying this is this. You're back to where you kind of came out of that room.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just that's how far back you want to go. I'm just making sure that's what you. Yeah. So that is. All right. I'm gonna print this map better next time. 48. Yeah. Okay. 48. All right. You open the door. Boom. Oh, yes, again. A huge room expands in the darkness before you. A giant block of black stone sits in the center of the room. It is covered with upright sarcophagi. The faces that were carved into the coffin lids have been gouged out by deep claw marks. 4 wooden doors lead into the room, 2 on the east wall, 2 on the west wall. Each door is 10 feet from the nearest corner. Oh, that's interesting. It says that, but there's not actually 2 doors on the east wall. I'm looking at the map. There is not 2 doors on the east wall. There's 2 doors on the west wall. There's only one on the east wall, and you just came through it. So basically, what you're looking at is this like stone platform in the center of this room, which is huge. The room is 40 feet wide, so that's east-west, and 60 feet tall. So it's a big room. The if you could imagine like a 10-foot wide corridor running around it, that's all the free space. The rest of the space in the center is occupied by this like large stone block with sarcophagi all around it. And their faces have been gouged.
How many sarcophagi is up there, you said?
12.
Oh, wow.
I think. It says 12, but now I want to. Yeah, it's 12.
You said there's 2 doors on the west wall?
There's 2 on the west. Yep, you came to the east. There's only the 1 door you just came in, and the door
Right.
you came in is 1 square below the northeast corner. So if you want to like figure out where the room falls,
1 square below the northeast.
yeah. So then the room travels down. What did I say, 60 feet? Yeah, 60 feet.
Okay.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Well, okay. 1 second. So, in the large square in the center is like, how big is that area in the center?
It's basically, it takes up the entire room if you just were to draw like a 10-foot wide corridor around the room. So it's 20 feet wide, like east-west, by 40 feet north-south.
Okay.
It's pretty big. I mean, technically they give you the description like that, but you shouldn't be able to see all these doors in this room because this is kind of blocking your view. It takes up the big part of the center of the room because these sarcophagi standing up.
And then real quick, you said there are 2 doors on the west wall. Where are they at?
Well, you can't really see them. That's what I just said. But yeah, because even though it says that in the box text, there's no way you would see those doors, from where you're standing. So currently you don't see them, but somehow you sense that there's doors there.
Well, wait, looks like we did find the rich people area right here. That's all.
We need to.
All the poor people buried together.
We need to break all of them open. Let's just take a 1 apiece and get after it.
Sounds good to me.
I pulled my knife out.
Try to break on open the first one. I already broke up 2 of them.
And I'll go. I pull out my knife and walk over.
All right, so the way this is set up, let me just draw it. Pretty good. So you guys are hacking away at this thing. I just want to make sure that it's, because I know this is kind of a confusing map. This is not to scale, obviously. Yeah, so basically, just so this is clear, so you came in this door here. This thing's in the center, and all these little circles I drew on it are basically the sarcophagi stuck into it. So you guys want to just walk up to the nearest 3 and just like bust them open? Is that your plan?
Yeah. That was my plan. We'll just each take one to speed them up.
Do they look any more or less fancy than the ones they already looked at?
Well, it looks fancier because they're in the stone, and you would know possibly. I'm sure that LT probably told you, or JoJo or somebody that previously in statues you found a lot of gems in the eyes, and all of these have the eyes torn out. So you don't know like what's inside, but you know that that there probably was something there where you could guess because of the fact that they've been torn out. If that makes sense. So they all look kind of the same fancy.
All right.
Question.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
all right, cool.
try and open mine.
Yeah. You guys pull out you're just going to use what bayonets to force them open, or
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. All right, so you pull them open, and let's see, Rush, since your character is new, go ahead and roll a d6.
All right. I got a 4.
All right, that's good. You're not surprised. Pull open these doors. Whoever pulls open this first doesn't really matter. Maybe you're all pulling them simultaneously. We'll say outpour. The stench hits you first. Of these like kind of men that appear to be like pockmarked and like sores dripping off of them. They look diseased, and they are long, gross fingernails, and they're kind of drooling, and their eyes are like dead inside, and they all charge out at you. So they're going to attack you. Let's roll initiative. Chris, what do you do for the group? Roll a d6.
Hey, Daniel, just to clarify, you said there's like one that comes out of each of the ones we open. Is that right?
Yeah, well, they're pouring out. But yeah, at least one will come out of each one right now. Yep. Yeah, you guys maybe open them. You're like 1, 2, 3, and they come pouring out at you. They made absolutely no sound until that point. Oh, what'd you get?
I got a fantastic 1.
Okay, I'm going to go first. I mean, they got a 6, but you may have had one of 6. Okay, so the nasty creatures come out, and there's actually a total of 6 of them, I believe. So there'll be 2 on each of you. Okay, so let me just do 2 dice.
It's time for the real party to begin.
Exactly. There's where we get them. All right, so against Joe, we've got a 12 and an 8, so neither one of those 2 are going to hit you. Against Jack. See, Rush, you need to get broken in.
Wait. Rush, your AC must be wrong. You're a grunt. Your AC should be much higher.
Oh, that's true.
I'm a grunt, and my AC is like 15.
Yeah, you get a bonus. What? You get like +2 or something?
You start at 12.
Yeah.
I don't. If you know,
uniform.
Start at 12. You get 1 for your BDU, and then grunt. You get the grunt special is that they get. Wow, now I gotta find the grunt again.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel, are we also using dexterity bonus for AC?
Yep.
Okay, mine will be 14 then.
Okay.
I didn't add that earlier.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you can use that. You guys.
And the grunt also gets a +1 armor bonus to his armor class and a +2 at level 3. So you get two more at level 3.
So it should be 15.
Yeah. So what's your dex basically?
My dex is I have no bonus. It's,
Okay, right. So it'll be 15 then. Okay, so it was a natural 20 and then a 17, so they both hit you anyways. Luckily, a 20 doesn't do anything in this. You're going to take. Oh, actually, they get 3 attacks.
Nice.
Aha. Well, we'll come back to that in a second. All right.
And Ike.
We'll say the first round. They'll just do the 1 because that's what I said the first round. It wouldn't be fair to give you 3 attacks per since Crystal's character didn't, but you get hit twice. They will do it'll be this attack. 1 point and then 6 points, so 7 points.
Okay.
Of damage, and make 2 saving throws for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 saving throws. I got to put some on my land come through this window. Where the hell's my D? Oh. My saving throw is a 12. So I need to get above that, right?
Equal to or over, yeah.
First one is fail. They both failed. All right.
Fantastic. You get these two creatures come out and bite you in the shoulders, and you feel your body freeze up as you go limp and fall to the ground. And the rest of the party starts to hear them devouring your flesh. Two go after Tony's character. A 2 and that was you got the good rolls. A 2 on the die and a 1 on the die, so they missed Tony's character.
Jack.
Yes, Jack. All right, so it's your turn now. You've got 6 of these creatures have leaped out at you. Both Joe and Randy have managed to kind of evade them, where Jack got hit full on, and he's being kind of pummeled by 2 of them. And you can hear the sound of flesh being torn. So we'll jump to do Joe.
Can I do like a disengage basically and back up a little bit so that I can actually take a shot?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't. The only problem is there's not really enough room in here to get more than 10 feet away from them because of the shape of the room.
What if I back up towards the door?
It'd be a hard shot with the rest of the people in the room, but you could certainly try.
Yeah, sure. All right, I guess for now I'll just do what I have to do and bayonet them.
Go ahead.
So, that's I rolled an 18.
Okay. Yeah, their AC is 14. So that hits.
Okay, and that will do bayonets 1d6 minus 1.
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Oh, bayonet might be different than knife. Sorry.
No, bayonet's minus 1.
Okay, and then I don't think I have a strength, so nope, I don't. So 4 damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you stab one of them, and you actually jam it into like its shoulder, and it yanks away from you, and its arm actually falls off, and it just hisses at you.
So it only gets 1 attack now, right?
Yeah. That's right. Indeed. Well, it doesn't get 1 attack; it gets 2. It only get 1 claw, but it'll still get the bite. Raj, your character is paralyzed.
Damn it.
You don't give a shit. Randy.
Yeah, you said they're right on top of us, so no firearms.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to. I mean, you could maybe use a pistol, but it's going to be a problem. You're going to have a minus or something because you're so close.
Yeah, Randy's, he's surprised by this, and he sees what Joe's doing, but he sees how Jack is just falling down on the ground. He yells out at both of them. What are you doing, you fools? You're trained better than this. I know you can do better than this. You can be a macho man too. Get up and fight. And I'm going to use my rally, and I'm going to use the portion of it where I give them +2 to their AC. They both can have +2 to their AC for 1 turn. I mean, I'm sorry, 6 turns. So 60 minutes.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, good.
So both of y'all add +2 to your AC, and that takes my whole round action.
Okay. All right, next round.
My son walked out of the room and heard Tony on his rant. And he's like, "Whoa!" Like that.
Rush, even though you're being paralyzed, you can roll initiative.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
6, right?
D6, yeah.
I'm using my special Gary kind of dice today.
Nice. Roll yourself a 6 because I got a 5.
They haven't been doing so good for me. I got a 4.
Nice. All right. So the against Joe, you've got 2, one of which only has 1 arm. So the first one just gets the red one will be the bite. Let's see, we got a 15 and a 13. So 15 and 15. Oh, what was your AC? 16?
15 will hit.
Oh, okay. You get it.
Did you add your +2 that I just gave you?
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, 17 then.
Okay, so no, that doesn't. Right, that's right. So your AC is now up. Okay, so the first one misses you completely, and the second one. Okay, one's a 7. One of the claws is a 17. What +2 is 19, so that's going to hit you. So you get hit once with the claw, which is only a D3 damage, which is 2 points. And that's it. Yeah, the bite. I'm gonna. Yeah, the bite is the paralyzing thing, so you don't have to roll for paralyzation.
Okay.
Rush, your character's just being eaten. Okay. So you're just gonna take damage for. You take 8 points of damage.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Tony's character. You're not dead yet, right?
No, I gotta wait. They can get a couple more snacks out of me first. You said 8, right?
8 points. Yep.
I'm
Yeah. I mean, you're down, so they don't have to roll to hit you. They're just eating you. Okay, so 17, 11, and 14. Do any of those hit you, Tony?
The 14 and the 17 will get me.
Oof. Okay, so you got 1 claw, 1 bite. So the claw is going to do 1 point.
All right.
The bite does 4, but you have to make the saving throw versus being paralyzed.
So 5 HP off and just 1 save.
Just 1 save for the bite. Yep.
I made it 17.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of shrug off the bite, and it's your turn actually.
Yeah, seeing this thing to bite into me and stuff, I just rear back with the butt of my rifle and I'm going to just try to knock its head off. I mean, I'm just going to slam into it as hard as I can
Okay.
with the rifle. And a 19 on a die, so surely that will hit. And 6, so it'll be 5 damage, max damage.
Nice. It falls back, and actually you actually smash. It's like its lower jaw falls off, and you think it's going to fall down, but it still kind of comes at you with the claw. So this one is unable to bite now because it lost.
All right.
Joe.
Okay. That speech. How much does that give me? Bonus to attack or whatever.
It's 2
No bonus to attack, just to your AC.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and do. Oh, never mind. I got a nat 1. Joe says, "Oh yeah, y'all are dealing with Macho Man Joe Edwards now," and he's so with such overconfidence that he just completely misses his lunge.
All right. Yeah.
Actually, he's bragging so much, all his bravado, he doesn't even attack.
Doesn't even attack. That's more like.
Ah,
Okay, so Tony, initiative.
okay.
You got a 4.
I had a 2.
Jeez. They're creeping their way down. They were 6, 5, then 4. So maybe you're going to win eventually. All right, so they're going to go. First one goes after Crystal. It's missing an arm. Ooh, the bite's going to hit you though with a 20. The second one. So that's a 6 points of damage and a saving throw, please.
Okay. Let me take that 6 off real quick. And then 1 saving throw. 9. I failed my saving throw.
Okay, so you failed, or that 9 makes it or fails.
It fails.
Okay, so you're weak in the knees, and you also collapse down to the ground. All right, so this other one automatically hits you. Oh, sorry, for roll because you're already paralyzed. So you'll take 3 more points of damage.
Me?
No, Crystal. Yeah, because the only one that attacked you so far.
Oh, okay.
The other one just falls down and starts eating you when you fall, and just has a bite.
Okay.
Basically incapacitated, so it automatically hits. Rush, you're going to take 3 points.
Okay.
This is going to be a short game.
Yep.
The advantage now is all the allies are on the ground, so you probably can shoot now with no trouble, Tony. All right, so the 2 that are on you, one comes at you. Let's see. Oosh. All right, so 17, 18, and 21. Those all hit you, right?
That's for me?
Yep.
Oh, God, yeah, all of them are getting me.
All right. Oh, God. 3 points for the scratch, 2 points for the scratch, so 5 total. And then for the
All
bite,
right.
another 2 points.
Number 2, okay, and 1 save.
And then 1 save for that, yeah, for the first game.
I rolled a 3, so I failed.
Okay. Your bodies are dragged into the sarcophagi and consumed by the ghouls.
Wow.
I was messing around earlier this week, and I rolled up a dwarf character. So, can we just have some D&D characters exploring through here now? Just bring the dwarf.
Wow. Ghouls are bad. Man.
Yeah, they are.
They have low hit points, but yeah, you guys.
All right, well.
Okay, so.
Coffee break while we roll up new characters?
That might have been the shortest. I guess.
God, we didn't even make it an hour.
And the thing
Yeah.
is, it's not like they were overpowered. It was just shit rolling.
Yeah, bad rules. Yeah, and you could have ran too. Like when you said you were going to back up, I was like, you can back up. You just won't get a good shot. You should have maybe just ran out. Yeah, guys, I guess that's that. All right, let me stop the broadcast.
Fine.
We can decide if we want to keep going. We can just, but I'm not going to have a broadcast go of us just rolling characters.